The following is a presentation of RMG Sports, award-winning championship television.
Coming up, the number 4 seed Punnxsutawney Chucks storm into Somerset to take on the number 1 seed Somerset Golden Eagles. Playoff football on RMG's Game Tape starts now. The electricity of playoff football is everywhere in Somerset tonight. We're alongside of Mike Satosky. I'm Jared Romsberg. Fans, welcome to RMG's Game Tape special coverage of PIAA Regional District Playoff Football. This segment, as always, is brought to you by our friends at Somerset Trust Company. Somerset Trust Company fans is celebrating 125 years of serving our region. Learn more at somersettrust.com. A special hello to all of our new friends in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. This is the first time the Chucks have appeared on RMG's Game Tape. The Chucks won the toss. They elected to receive. So sophomore Wes Reed has the ball teed up on a chilly night for football. Snow flurries were flying in the air here in the Laurel Highlands before game time today. But that didn't stop the fans from coming out here to support high school football here at Golden Eagles Stadium. Wes Reed having some trouble keeping the ball on the tee. So 11, Jordan Beistel is going to come out and serve as the holder. As Reed now steps back, gets into position. The rest of the Golden Eagles line up accordingly. Punxsutawney ready and waiting for the opening kickoff here at this playoff game, this semifinal playoff game in a regional district. Here comes Wes Reed. It's off his toe, and we're playing playoff football in Somerset. Here comes Ethan Riley, up to about the 39-yard line, taken down by Nick Holto and others, but that's where the Chucks will set up shop, 1st and 10. 6, Dakota Thomas, the starting quarterback for the Chucks of Punxsutawney, gets the Chucks lined up. Power formation, far hash mark. Hands the ball off this time to 44. That's Perry Arrington, who's met at the line by a wall of Golden Eagles. They're going to stop him for a short gain, in fact, no gain. Javidoni goes into motion. Thomas takes a low snap, scrambling near side. Here comes some heat, and he's taken down in the backfield. Colton Slayback puts the quarterback down for a sack and a loss of 10 on the play. Big play by the senior Slayback. Punxsutawney having a rough time getting things going on this opening drive. 3rd down and 20. Thomas takes a low snap. He rumbles straight up the middle, tries to get some positive yardage, but he's tripped up by Logan Eller and other Golden Eagles. 4-yard pickup. Sophomore Ethan Riley back to punt now. 4th and 16 for the Chucks. Takes the snap, gets it away, has some pressure, but a nice punt. Jake Heupel takes it about the 33, reverses direction, has a little bit of heat there, follows his blocks, and now he turns it on 45, 50, midfield, 45, and taken down at the 41-yard line. That's going to be a 26-yard return for Heupel. 1st and 10, Somerset. Dylan Barnes, a junior, starts at quarterback for the Golden Eagles of Somerset. He has 2 low, 1 high. Jake Heupel joins him in the backfield. 1st and 10. There goes Raven Beeman in motion. They fake the give to Beeman. Here comes Jake Heupel. Jake Heupel straight up the middle. He's into the secondary. He's at the 15, 10, 5. All the way. Touchdown! Somerset! Touchdown, Jake Heupel. 42-yard run, and lickety-split, Mike. The Golden Eagles are on the board first.
Jared, what a hole here for Jake Heupel to utilize. Great blocking, but this is what happens on defense. The Punxsutawney defense had their safeties up on the line, and once Heupel got by the linebackers, there was no one back there. Free sailing, and the Golden Eagles strike here first.
Wes Reed steps in to attempt the extra point. Raven Beeman is your holder. High snap. Beeman gets it down, and Reed's kick is true. Tack on one more. Somerset 7, Punxsutawney 0 here early in this PIAA playoff game. Punxsutawney starts their second drive of the game. Decent field position. 1st and 10 on the 36-yard line. To give is to Arrington. Arrington caught in the backfield. That's Raven Beeman with the tackle. He put Arrington down for a loss of 1. 3rd down and 11 for the Chucks. Power formation this time. Far hash mark. Thomas back to pass from the shotgun. Plenty of time. Throws it across midfield. It's tipped. Tipped again and brought in. Michael Van Lenten hauled it in. Throws his shoulder down and is taken down at the 36-yard line. Big interception and great concentration by the senior Van Lenten, Mike.
Great angle here, Jared, of Thomas's pass, unfortunately high and behind the intended receiver, Javidoni. Then you know what? It's just Michael Van Lenten's athleticism taking advantage of the good old-fashioned tip drill.
Fans, this segment of football is brought to you by RE/MAX Team Realtors in Johnstown. Whether you're looking to buy or sell real estate, you need to visit johnstownpahomes.com. RE/MAX Team Realtors in Johnstown, fans. Outstanding agents, outstanding results. Barnes sends Beeman into motion again, gives the ball to Beeman, this time on the jet sweep far side. Beeman finds a hole, finds a seam, turns it on, throws it in gear, 10, 5, touchdown! Somerset! Touchdown, Raven Beeman, 36-yard run, and once again, Mike, lickety-split, the Golden Eagles on the board with 6 more.
Look at that kick-out block by 45, Bryce Mostaller. That just leaves a huge opening for Beeman, who outruns the whole Punxsutawney defense. Again, Jared, the Punxsutawney defenders up on the line, and there's nobody back there to catch Raven Beeman.
Punxsutawney in a hole early in this game. They'll start their 3rd drive of the game, 1st and 10 on their own 39-yard line. Thomas stands in a shotgun spread offense, looking to throw, throws near side, and it's almost intercepted again, knocked away by Dylan Barnes, intended for Andrew Fedigan. 3rd down and 6 from the 43. Spread offense again for the Chucks. Thomas stands in a shotgun, takes a low snap, gets it out to Jevedoni. Jevedoni near side. Jevedoni to about the 49. Couldn't quite make it to midfield. Taken down by Eller and Barnes. But where they're marking the ball, he needed 6 yards for a 1st down, and he got him. 1st down, Punxsutawney. Spread offense for the Chucks, 1st down and 10. Whoa, and Thomas has trouble. He bobbles a snap. Flags come flying in as Thomas tries to make some chicken salad out of you-know-what. Surges ahead after bobbling that snap, but I'm afraid the flags flew, and we're going to see a face mask call here. 1st and 10, down on the 29-yard line. Spread offense again for the Chucks. Thomas hands the ball off to Arrington. Arrington goes right up the middle, but he runs right smack into Logan Eller, who puts him down. Gain of 0. 2nd down and 10 from the 29. Similar formation. Thomas squats down, takes a step, gives the ball to Arrington. Here comes Perry Arrington. Arrington to the 15, to the 10. Taken down inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9-yard line. 20-yard pickup by the senior Arrington. 1st and goal for the Punnxsutawney Chucks on the 9-yard line. The Chucks stay spread out. 1st and goal. Thomas holds on to it. Boy, that's a mistake as he's cut in the backfield by Bryce Mostaller and Michael Van Lenten. That's going to be a loss of 3 on that play. Similar formation, 2nd down and goal now. This time Thomas hands it off to Arrington. Perry Arrington tries to throw a stiff arm on Bryce Mostaller. He'll have none of that. 3rd and goal from the 14-yard line. Here comes a blitz on the far side. Thomas gets it in. He gets it to Jevedoni, and it's a touchdown! Punxsutawney! Touchdown, Braxton Jevedoni. 14-yard reception from Dakota Thomas. 6 points on the board for the Chucks, Mike.
The last time we saw this angle, Jared, Thomas's pass was high and behind. Not this time. Right in stride, he finds Jevedoni into the end zone. And I'll tell you what, Punxsutawney needed that score to stay in this ball game against this high-powered Somerset offense.
The Chucks line up to go for 2. 5:23 to play here in the 1st quarter. Thomas looking far side, throws it in a direction of Fedigan, but it flutters incomplete. Somerset starts this drive. Great field position on the Punxsutawney 48. Barnes, but Barnes fumbles the snap. He was trying to hand it off. Now he's got to try to do something, and he's in a lot of trouble, and down he goes. Joey DePietro and Jacob Gottwald put Barnes down for a loss of 18 on the sack. Big defensive play. 3rd down and half a country mile for the Golden Eagles. They go to a spread offense. Barnes from the shotgun looking to throw. Plenty of time. Barnes looks, throws down the middle. He gets it to Bryce Mostaller. Mostaller throws a move at the 45. He's across midfield, and he's tripped up and taken out of bounds finally by Arrington. Mostaller grabs 22 on that, 6 yards short of the 1st down. Fans, this segment of football is brought to you by Young American Furniture. Stop by their showroom on the Guystown Cloverleaf in Johnstown and check out their wide selection of quality flex steel furniture. That's Young American Furniture on the Guystown Cloverleaf in Johnstown. YoungAmericanFurniture.com for more information. Barnes takes a high snap from the shotgun, tries to do something near side. Lots of white jersey. He's wrapped up and taken down by Dalton Maines. Well short of the 1st down. The ball goes back to the Chucks thanks to some solid D. Thomas has the Chucks lined up, spread offense again. 1st and 10 from their own 46. Hands the ball off to Alex Young. Alex Young surges across midfield, taken down by Raven Beeman, but Young will grab 4 yards on that run. 3rd down and 5. The Chucks trying to keep this drive alive. Spread offense again, 3 high, 1 low. Thomas back looking near side, and he throws it low. Was short, intended for Fedigan. Brings up 4th down. The punt pins Somerset back on their own 14-yard line. Barnes stands in a shotgun, takes a snap. Quick throw out to Raven Beeman on the far side. Beeman follows his blocks. He's across the 30. Then he turns it on 40, 45, midfield, 45, 40, 35, 30. They're not going to catch him. He's on fire going down the sideline into the end zone. Touchdown! Somerset! Touchdown, Raven Beeman. 86-yard reception off a quick flip from Barnes. 6 more for the Golden Eagles, Mike.
Jared, nothing earth-shattering here. This is a simple wide receiver screen left. There's a great broken tackle there by Beeman. He beats the tackle of Bizowski. And if you looked at the previous angle, we thought Perry Arrington may have had the angle. Not going to catch the speed of Raymond Beeman, and the Golden Eagles back on the board.
His quick strike Somerset offense combined with their stingy defense has put Punxsutawney in a hole. Plus the penalty moves them back 1st down and 15. They start this drive now on their own 18-yard line. Thomas goes down low for the snap, fires on the inside slant to Jacob Weaver, but Weaver couldn't hold on to it. Thomas takes the snap again, back to pass, fires far side, gets it to Lingenfelter. Lingenfelter taken down by Jordan Beistel, but Lingenfelter grabs 5. Somerset giving Punxsutawney some early Christmas gifts. 2 consecutive offsides penalties mean 1st and 10 for the Chucks. Thomas down low, looking far side. Whoa, they were in his face, and it's picked off by Michael Van Lenten. Van Lenten across the 30, 25, 20, 15, to the 10, inside the 5, can't make it to the pylon, pushed out of bounds by 66, Blake Bizowski. Either way, the ball goes back to the Golden Eagles on Van Lenten's 2nd INT, Mike.
You know, Jared, this interception's all due to Colton Slayback and his terrific pressure on Thomas. Just throwing downfield blindly. It's Michael Van Linton with his 2nd interception, and the Golden Eagles in line to score again.
1st and goal from the 3-yard line. There goes to Blaze in motion. They give the ball to Heupel. Jake Heupel strolls into the end zone. Touchdown, Somerset! Jake Heupel, 3-yard run, 6 more for the Golden Eagles. Punxsutawney is now down by 22 points, still in the 1st quarter. Lots of football to play as Punxsutawney lines up now in the spread offense. Hands the ball off to Harrington, does Thomas, and Harrington's caught in the backfield and is thrown down for a loss of 2. We switch directions for the 2nd quarter. 2nd down and 12. Here comes Riley in motion. You give the ball to Riley on the jet sweep. Riley wrapped up and taken down. He's only going to grab 4. Heminger and Mostall are on the tackle. 3rd down and 8 for the Chucks on their own 29-yard line. Thomas back, firing near side, and that one came out of a cold hand and flutters incomplete. Fans, RMG does much more than produce award-winning sports productions. For the past 15 years, RMG has produced hundreds of productions for TV networks, national companies, and local businesses. Learn how RMG can help your business by clicking on the link at rmgsports.net. Once again, the Golden Eagles take over in Punxsutawney territory. 1st and 10 on the 47. Barnes brings it down, holds onto it, and he moves forward. They're only going to let him have 3. Perry and Gottwald on the tackle. 3rd down and 7 for the Golden Eagles. Barnes stands in a shotgun, too high, too low. Barnes back to pass, has time, loops one. Wide open is Raven Beeman. Raven Beeman throws a move at the 15. He's at the 10, and into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Somerset! Touchdown, Raven Beeman. His 3rd score of the game. Another 6 for Somerset, Mike.
You know, Raven Beeman's speed here, Jared, beats Devin Callie, who lost his footing there early on. That left him wide open. Dylan Barnes, smart enough to look downfield and find him. And again, the Golden Eagles on the board.
Dakota Thomas brings the play in from the sideline. Punxsutawney down 35-6. 2nd down and 11. They break the huddle. The ball rests on the 16-yard line. Spread offense for the Chucks. Thomas back to pass, looking near side, throws it downfield, and it's almost brought in by 81, Andrew Fedigan, but they're throwing a flag for offensive pass interference. 3rd down and 22 on their own 7-yard line. Thomas back to pass, looks, throws it downfield, and it's almost brought in. He was looking towards Braxton Jevedoni, but Dylan Barnes was there. Ethan Riley stands in the shadow of his own goalpost, gets it out, and he ran into him. Riley's on his back. The flag is thrown. Heupel takes it at the 45, but this is a roughing the kicker call, Mike.
My goodness, what a great camera angle we have here. Logan Eller's going to charge right into your living room. If Eller jumps and extends himself, I'm thinking he blocks the punt, Jared. He doesn't, and he's penalized.
2nd down and 10. Spread offense, 3 high, 1 low. Thomas takes the snap, looks near side. This time he gets it to Fedigan. Fedigan throws a move and dives forward, but they're saying he stepped out of bounds, and they're marking the ball a yard short. 3rd down and 1. Thomas has it tucked, looking to run near side. Hooks the corner at the 30, 35, 40. Take it down at the 42, 43. That's a 13-yard pickup and a Punxsutawney 1st down. Jevedoni goes into motion. They give the ball to Jevedoni. Jevedoni looking to find some room on the far side. Finally turns the corner at the 45, midfield 45, 40. Turns on the speed, but steps out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. 1st down, Chucks. Chucks are putting a nice little drive together. 1st and 10. Thomas holds on to it. Thomas straight up the gut. Finally brought down by George Coyle, but they're going to mark him down at the 23-yard line. 14-yard pickup. 2nd down and 5 from the 18. Thomas sends Lingenfelter into motion. Thomas back to pass, skies one, looking for the end zone, and it's knocked away by Jake Heupel, but there's a flag on the ground. Pass interference, Somerset. 1st and goal on the 9-yard line. Thomas holds on to it, and that's a mistake. He's thrown to the ground by Colton Slayback. Loss of 4. 3rd down and goal from the 13-yard line. The Chucks line up, tight formation, far hash mark. Lingenfelter goes into motion. Thomas with the low snap gets it, fires it to the near side. Intended for Braxton Jevedoni. Flutters incomplete. 4th down and goal from the 13. The Chucks are going for it. Thomas takes the snap, looking to throw, fires it across the middle, and it's knocked away by Logan Eller. But there's a flag on the play. Somerset's guilty of a roughing the passer call. High school and college football coaches need some new radios for your coaching staff? HC Global has you covered. Visit footballcoachheadsets.com. When you speak with HC Global, be sure to ask for the RMG Sports discount. Visit footballcoachheadsets.com. Jevedoni's in motion. They flip the ball out to Arrington. Arrington rumbles up the middle, and the ball comes out. The ball's on the ground, and there's Dylan Barnes to land on it. Punxsutawney had a fantastic drive going, but their hopes disappear as Dylan Barnes grabs the loose ball. Somerset takes over 1st and 10 on their own 3-yard line. Barnes hands the ball off to Jake Heupel. Heupel just dragging Punxsutawney players down to the 15-yard line. 12-yard pickup by Heupel. 2nd down and 1. Somerset spreads things out. Here comes Beeman in motion. Beeman takes it on the sweep. Beeman on the far side, follows his blocks. He's across the 30, still on his feet, 35-40, still on his feet. Tiptoes along the sideline and finally thrown out of bounds at the 46-yard line. 30-yard pickup and a 1st down. 2 low, 1 high for Barnes as he steps up, takes the snap, 1st and 10. Barnes runs the option, he holds on to it himself, gets to the 40, and the ball comes out. The ball's on the ground. They're wrestling for it at about the 43-yard line. Finally, 66, Blake Bazowski shows up with it. 1st down for Punxsutawney. Tight formation for the Chucks. Here comes Jevedoni in motion. Jevedoni caught in a backfield to take it down for a loss by Dylan Barnes. 7-yard loss. The Golden Eagle defense doing the job against the Chucks here tonight. 3rd down and 19. Thomas takes a low snap, looking near side, and there is a miscommunication. Not a Chuck in sight. Ethan Riley is back to punt. Gets a booming punt away. Jake Heupel takes it about the 32. Oh, he has trouble. He bobbles it. Here come the Chucks. He breaks away, follows his blocks, gets away from another. He's across midfield, follows his blocks. He's got an interstate to the end zone. Jake Heupel, touchdown, Somerset. Jake Heupel, 68-yard punt return. 6 more for the Golden Eagles. Punxsutawney comes to the line down by 36. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the 1st half of this playoff game. The give is to Arrington. Perry Arrington on the far side looking for a block. He's to the 35, caught by Jordan Beistel and Brock Leisure. They're going to mark him down at the 40. That's a 12-yard pickup. Here comes Jevedoni in motion. Thomas back to pass, looking near side, double coverage, and it's picked off by 24. That's Austin Heminger. Another interception by this tough Golden Eagle defense. The ball goes back to Somerset. Second down and 6 for the Golden Eagles. The ball rests on the 34-yard line. Barnes back to pass, plants, loops one, sends one for the end zone, looking for Coyle. Coyle goes up and gets it and brings it in. Touchdown! Somerset! Great catch by George Coyle. 34 yards out, 6 more for Somerset, Mike.
Quarterback Barnes, Jared, looks to his right and sees that he has George Coyle in single coverage. Ryan Jones over there all by himself. Great catch by Coyle.
Wes Reed steps in for the extra point. It's a high snap, and Beeman had to go up for it. He's going to try to go for 2, flips it to the end zone, and Dakota Gary is there to bring it in. 2 more, and that's an even 50 for Somerset tonight. Somerset guilty of a face mask penalty on the last play, making it 1st and 10 on the 49-yard line. 3 high, 1 low for Thomas. Hands the ball off to Arrington. Arrington weaves his way through traffic, puts his head down, and he's going to be down at the 42-yard line. That's a 7-yard pickup for the senior Arrington. 2nd down and 3. Once again, 3 high, 1 low. Thomas has it tucked, looking to run. Thomas tries to move forward, and he gets to about the 39-yard line, and that'll be the last play of the first half of this game. Fans, if you like our football coverage, wait till you see our hockey coverage. Be sure to check out RMG's Power Play. Covering the Laurel Mountain Hockey League, RMG's Power Play returns with playoff and championship coverage in March of 2015. Watch past games and learn more at rmgsports.net. Somerset receives the second half kickoff. Here comes Logan Eller. Logan Eller storming straight up the middle, taken down at the 48-yard line. Fans, PIAA officials have started the running clock here in this 50-6 playoff game. Well, Dylan Barnes has some trouble with it, and he has to fall on it. Big loss. That's going to be a 7-yard loss. 2nd down and 17. Raven Beeman's put into motion. They give it to him on a near side sweep. He's caught in the backfield, but he escapes a tackle, surges forward, and is finally brought down inside the 40-yard line. Mark him at the 38. Beeman's 9-yard run makes it 3rd down and 6. Barnes has it tucked, looking far side. Barnes cuts up, and he's found a hole. He's at the 20. He's at the 15. He's at the 10. He's into the end zone, but there's a flag on the field. Somerset guilty of a holding call. Barnes' 38-yard touchdown run negated. Now it's 3rd down and 16 from the 48. Barnes hands it off to 25. That's Daniel Talley. Daniel Talley surges ahead. 7-yard gain short of the 1st down. Punxsutawney takes over 1st and 10 on their own 20. Somerset late getting to the line. They hand the ball off to Arrington, who's caught at the line. Brock Lazier was there with first contact, gain of 1. The Chucks spread things out. 2nd down and 9 on the 21-yard line. Thomas back to pass, looking, firing across the middle, and it goes right into the arms of Levi DeBlaze. He's bringing it back. Somerset threw a block to the back. This one's coming back, but DeBlaze tiptoes, and he's down inside the 2-yard line. It'll be Somerset's ball, but not on the 2. 3rd down and 2 for the Golden Eagles on the Punxsutawney 28. Dylan Barnes gets everyone lined up. 2 high, 1 low, hands the ball off to Heminger. Austin Heminger straight up the middle, tackled by 23, Adam Furco, gain of 9. Somerset keeps things spread out, 2 high, 2 low. Barnes gives the ball to Heminger. Heminger hits the line, and the ball shoots out. And I believe someone wearing white has it. That's number 9, Ethan Riley. 1st down, Punxsy. Junior Ryan Jones, number 10, steps in at quarterback, hands the ball off to Perry Arrington. Arrington with a huge hole across the 25, taken down at the 29-yard line by George Coyle. 1st down, Punxsy. Jones stands in the shotgun, 3 high, 1 low. Takes the snap, gives it to Arrington again. Arrington, another big hole, slides to the near side and is taken down at about the 39 by DeBlaze. A 10-yard pickup and another Punxsy 1st down. 1st and 10 on the 39-yard line. Jones stands in the shotgun, takes the snap. Lots of time, fires across the middle, and it's picked off. Picked off by Levi DeBlaze, his 2nd of the quarter. DeBlaze now across the 40 to the 35, 30. Oh, and another flag flies. Another block in the back is going to take a touchdown away from Levi DeBlaze, but the ball is going to go back to the Golden Eagles. Freshman quarterback Cameron Coddington steps in at quarterback. Number 13 hands off to Daniel Talley. Talley works his way through traffic and is tripped up, finally taken down at the 28-yard line. 12-yard run by the senior Talley. Coddington stands in a shotgun, first down and 10, 2 high, 1 low. Gives the ball off to Talley. Talley has it knocked free, and it's collected by 23, Adam Furco of Punxsutawney. The ball goes back to the Chucks, first and 10. Ryan Jones brings the Chucks to the line, third down and 11. The running clock continues to tick away. A minute and a half to play here in the third quarter. Jones back to pass. Here comes the heat. Jones has it tucked. Escapes one tackler, follows his blocks. He's across the 30 and is taken down at about the 32-yard line. Mark him at the 33, short of the first down. Fans, the holiday season is upon us, and what are you going to get for that football player on your list? Might we suggest a DVD of RMG's game tape? You can order DVDs of every episode of RMG's game tape quickly and securely by clicking on the link at rmgsports.net. Fourth down and 2. Jones hands the ball off to Arrington. Arrington across the 40, 45 into traffic and taken down in Golden Eagle territory at the 49-yard line. That's an 18-yard pickup by the senior Arrington, first down. Fans mercifully welcome to the fourth quarter. Second down and 10 for Punxsutawney. Jones hands the ball off to Perry. Perry hits the line. Brad Gibson was there to stop him, no gain. Third down and 10 on the 49-yard line. Here comes the blitz. Jones back in trouble, and he's taken down. Taken down by Nick Holto and Zach Lowy for a 13-yard loss. Somerset takes over first and 10 on their own 41. Coddington sends DeBlaze into motion. Here comes DeBlaze on a jet sweep near side. DeBlaze throws a stiff arm, hooks it at the 45 midfield. Taken down with a nice ankle tackle by Ethan Riley at the 45. Coddington and the rest of the Golden Eagles get their swatches synchronized. Second down and 14, 9 minutes to play in the game. Coddington takes the snap, hands the ball off to Talley. Talley hits the line, keeps those legs pumping, and the ball comes loose. And it looks like it's going to be Punxsutawney's ball once again. The ball goes back to the Chucks late in this game. Second down and 6 for the Chucks on their own 49-yard line. Jones hands the ball off to Arrington. Arrington with the head of steam. He's across the 40 to the 35. Tries to get to the 30, and he's taken down right at the 30-yard line. George Coyle with the tackle, 21-yard pickup. First and 10 on the 29 for Punxsutawney. Jones squats down, takes the snap, hands it off to Perry. Perry to the 20. Perry wrapped up. He's going to drag him to the 15. Finally taken down by Dakota Gary. That's a 14-yard pickup. First down, Punxsy. Dakota Thomas steps back in at quarterback. Second down and 10. Thomas takes the snap, has it tucked. Here he comes, running near side. He's at the 10, to the 5, dives for the pylon. Is he in? No, they're going to mark him down at the 1-foot line. First and goal, Chucks. Third down and goal for Punxsutawney. The Chucks come to the line, power formation. Dakota Thomas under center. Takes the snap, hands it off. He hands it off to Perry. Travis Perry goes into the end zone. Touchdown! Punxsutawney! Travis Perry slams it in from a yard out. Punxsutawney puts 6 more on the board, Mike.
You know, Jared, congratulations to senior Travis Perry getting into the end zone, the senior for the Chucks. Obviously his last game of his career. Credit Punxsutawney. Never give up, never say die.
Somerset steps back on the field. 3.5 minutes to play in this game. Coddington checks the play. Sends Barron into motion. First down and 10. High snap, gets it down, hands it off to Lowy. Lowy hits the line, but the line hits back. He won't get much on that run. Coddington gets him set. Third down and 6. Here comes Barron in motion again. Barron gets it on the jet sweep to the near side, but he's caught in the backfield, tripped up and taken down by Devin Kelly. The sophomore linebacker takes him down. Loss of 10. 7, Tanner Zimmerman, a sophomore, steps in at quarterback for the Punxsutawney Chucks. Coming up on the 1-minute mark as the running clock continues to drip away. Zimmerman gets everyone set too high, too low. Hands the ball off to Evan Dyson. Dyson tries the near side, and he's tripped up by Zach Lowy. But he'll pick up 5 yards on that run. Second down and 5 as we approach the 30-second mark. The give this time is to Dyson again. Dyson tries the far side, but he's wrapped up and taken down by 53, Nick Holt. The officials let them form everything up. They start the clock, and it trickles down to 0. That's the end of the game. The Somerset Golden Eagles defeat the Punxsutawney Chucks 50-12 and advance to the district championship. Fans, a reminder, visit rmgsports.net to watch this game on demand, get DVDs, and so much more. Coming up next week, gang, It's a rematch from last year's championship. The Bison come down from Clearfield to take on the number 1 seed Somerset Golden Eagles. For Mike Satosky and the entire RMG Sports crew, I'm Jared Romsberg. We'll see you next week for the championship right here on RMG's Game Tape.